Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 4 vs 4 on Lost Hope. Playing on Team 1 as the Space Marines, we've got Andalext. We have got Aximand playing as the Dark Eldar. We've got Seven Sons playing as the Chaos Space Marines. And we've got 4YPAI as the Dark Eldar. For Team 2, playing as the Sister Bell, we've got Always Angry. We've got Victor Fur 98, God imagine being that young, playing as the Necrons. We've got Marines, I'm not even going to try this, playing as the Space Marines. And we've got Trava Ye Dogma playing as the Tau. God, that was a mouthful of names right there. But look at this, we're on Lost Hope. Now, we've not seen this map on the channel, I do believe, or at least if we have, it's been many, many moons ago. Mainly because it's not a very popular map, as you could tell. All the people that are spawning are on the edges. And there's lots of empty spawn, I mean, not necessarily empty space, but there's lots of uncontested things going on all the way far-flung from everyone else's base. And two people are basically right next door to each other. Not a very popular map. These two guys are going to be throwing fisticuffs all day long, and straight away, Stealth Suit Team is going to be fandangling this strategic point the moment the Adepts and Astartes finish capturing this point. But should be a good game. Should be a good game. And I'm noticing a little bit of a Polish theme. For the names, this looks certain does look like a Polish name. You know, but I know a bit of Polish language. Ja jestem dobrze. Ty jesteś przepiękna. Boba Kuva. I know the memes as well. Top tier memes, don't you know? But yeah, so Chaos Space Marines are going to be coming over and grabbing stuff in here. The key to this map is basically to keep your northernmost ally safe as houses, while also expanding down across the city to grab the relics and all these bits and bobs going on down here. The further you go, the harder it is to defend, unless, of course, you build maybe some production buildings inside the city, which is what some people will do. Also, a couple of slag deposits to be making use of as well. Now, team compositions-wise, what we've got Space Marines, which are, you know, fairly decent at defending. They've got two little choke points. Well, they've got one choke point here. Well, I suppose against the tower, you've got loads of jumpy people coming in, and maybe some barracudas flying over. Might want to just stay in base and just hold fire for the moment. Dark Eldar, swift and nimble as you like, will be able to pour across the battlefield with alarming speed. Chaos Space Marines in there to bolster their ranks, so to speak. Sister Bell, not as swift and nimble, but they've got plenty of firepower going on for them. Swiftly going into Tier 2. Maybe some Rhinos might be what the Doctor has ordered for them. Necrons, of course, not very slow. No, sorry, not very fast. The opposite of what I was just saying then. Clearly, I just need to talk a bit slower, which I might try right here, right now. But yeah, there'll be the Necron Lord, he's quite nimble and should be able to support the Sisters as and when required. And looks like the Space Marines over here will be... Oh, right, no, sorry, the thing goes over... The bridge goes over on this side, right. So I'm going to be fandangling Red Marines versus Blue Marines. Ultramarines versus what faction are you? That looks like chaos to me. Traitors, potentially. Heavy Bolter Turret will go down. A Force Commander of the Red Marines will be trying to sort these guys out. Servitor's been focus fired down, but will allow the Ultramarines to see what damage that they could do. Can they actually finish this turret? It's going to be close. Oh no, he balls it, But the Ballistic Post does get upgraded, so they might be able to defend this point here. Over in the middle, triple Reaver Jet Bikes. In fact, actually, sextuple Reaver Jet Bikes. Some yellow, some a most foul purple. And the Necrons have got no chance against this mass of firepower coming in. Far flung on the southern side, the Mandrakes are capturing the critical location. Missionaries over, bashing, in fact, two missionaries bashing apart these cultists. But they will struggle once the Mandrakes decide to come on over and ruin their faces. Red Marines in chased a well, though. I don't know why. You do have... Oh, Fire Warriors. Right, okay, fair enough. Fire Warriors will kill the Space Marines pretty quickly. If not done anything to. Reaver Jet Bikes coming on in. Cannot tie the Fire Warriors up in close combat, so actually it might take a fair bit of damage. Necron Lord also teleports on over. This is a lot of money to throw away if the Reaver Jet Bikes don't survive this. One squad of Fire Warriors is down. Actually, no, sorry, there's two squads of one Fire Warrior left. Space Marines coming in. do some damage. Force Commander also getting some licks in as well. This is a heavy assault going in all the while. Chaos and the Purple Dark Eldar occupying the city as well. Necron Lord firing away in range, but then deciding to just say, right, well, this is a bit of a bad job. We'll just fly away. Marianne building up potentially a couple of heavy bolter turrets, although probably not going to get any of them down by the looks of things. You know, these servitors are really having a bad day. Someone save the Ultramarines. What a turn up for the Bucks this is. We do have some... Oh, we've got some Necron Warriors, but they're just kind of just chilling out at the moment. And there's a lot of resources being pummeled into the Ultramarines. Putting a lot of stock in finishing these heavy bolter turrets, but I don't know if it's going to be the game-changing thing that Rian really thinks it's going to be. Another servitor dead. Even jetbikes go down, but they are quite cheap in all fairness. Chapel Barracks soon to be broken. Here come the stealth suit teams, and they've got their fusion blasters. Will kill these Reaver jetbikes with alarming swiftness. Yeah, a couple of shots and they are brown-breaded. So that's at least sorted out the Dark Eldar. You also do have about 20 Red Marines inside your base. Necron Lord doing what he can, flings one over his shoulder. He's at least stopping the other resource buildings from getting killed. Not sure why. I mean, I know why the barracks was focused down to prevent more Ultramarines from coming out, but surely the plasma generators was the prime target to go for. Reaver jetbikes being flown away, more coming over, but those Tau are doing a damn fine job. And down over here, a couple of lightning fighters. The Mandrakes can do sweet bugger all about them. You can punch hard, but you can't punch the sky. Also a couple of flaming bits over here, keeping those cultists at bay. So even though the sisters haven't exactly done a marvellous job at occupying these central points, or at least contesting it as best they can, might want to actually take these lightning fighters and focusing down the Towers of Loathing just to deny the economies, as the Ultramarines are holding on by a hair's breadth. Here's some sister support. How are the Red Marines doing for tech at the moment? They are in tier 2 and going for the upgrades as well. Servitor will also coming over to build up a listening post. But just been finished. Necron Lord's got some upgrades as well. Tower Fire Warriors also got their advanced pulse rifle for additional damage, so it does look like Anderlecht, after a marvellous stay in the Ultramarines base, will finally be shoved away, but at what cost? Dark Eldar now got a sizable economy, and I assume you've also been building up. You're in tier 2, going into tier 3, and 2 Drukhari in tier 3 with their warp beasts and such will be a mighty powerful melee force to contend with. And the fighter goes down as the Space Marines are now equipped with missile launchers. Also plasma pistols on their sergeants for additional damage on these regular lads. But quite a beefy squad of Fire Warriors. Double chassis in them.
Stealth fields fully active.
Stealth suits just in case the Red Marines have any funky ideas with vehicles. Thermoplasma generator ideal for the Necrons to get hold of. And they'll be focusing on defending that point, I imagine. And a lot of flying things. I suppose, yeah, the map's big enough. Speed is of the essence. Hell Talons, I don't think, will actually win in a fight against Lightning Fighters. Scourge's got to be really careful. They will kill these guys very quickly, but they also die very quickly themselves. So Sisters using the best unit that they have for this event, but Chaos can also just throw down a fully fledged squad of horrors as and when they fancy. They won't be able to keep on top of the Lightning Fighters there. They can just fly away. That is always an option. Before then just flying back on top of them. Well, give them a chance. So I've pushed the Space Marines back, but there's now 2 squads. One with heavy bolters and the other with missile launchers. A little bit of both. Necrons have now got their double disruption fields, and everything falls relatively silent. Lightning fighters have not been repaired in the slightest. Horror squads staying in the middle of the formation. Ideally, they want to be catching these scourges on the move as well. Now coming over to sort out the Tau. Tau have got triple stealth suit teams. I assume that they probably want to jump over, start doing damage to Space Marines. They've got very little inside their base, to be honest. Spending all their money in a offensive posture. Monkus comes over, spots the stealth suit teams. Also got a raider to do some raiding. Dear oh dear, the Ultramarines have not been giving a moment's notice and a moment's respite. Now being attacked on two flanks here. But Marian deciding just to go for a massive heavy bolter turrets just to stay alive at this point. Necrons are also being fandangled. Raider jumps in the middle of the Ultramarines, breaking the morale. Bolters are keeping the advancing Red Marines at bay for now. But the Raiders not taking that much damage. Sky Squad having some piercing vision so they can spot the stealth suit teams. Single squad of Fire Warriors all in a line, but up against all these scourges. Won't do much. You want some close combat units to tie these guys up. Powerful ball of Necron warriors coming over there. And that being said, pardon me. Good lord. Lightning fighters occupying all this space. These sisters have now started expanding as well. So while all the attention has been dropped down on the Ultramarines, has forced TM1 to let their control of the city down south slip. What an absolute hero Mirian has been at the moment. Just a heart full of sunshine, a pocket full of dreams. This one squad of Space Marines has survived all this time. Doesn't look like they will finally get wiped out, but they died doing their best, died doing their bit for the Emperor. Here comes some Necron warriors, see if they could do something about it. Those lightning strike fighters could probably really do with coming over. Sally forth. Whole bunch of stealth suit teams. A hop, skip, and a jump. Not sure exactly what they were trying to achieve with that maneuver, but they are now inside the base. Necrons going to focus the infantry. Stealth suits going for the high flyers. It's beautiful to see these teams working together. Many curvers have been shouted in the voice chat at the moment, I imagine. As the Necrons advance forward. Morale's been broken. The chaplain in the ranks of Space Marines demoralising them by shouting at them. Necrons famously known for not liking loud noises. Not after they've just woken up from a nap. But once again pushing them out. Now in the centre, you have the essence of the Deceiver and restore monolith, which will allow the Necrons to teleport back over here once this place has been defended. Give them a bit of manoeuvrability, although if they do teleport over here, they do abandon their Space Marine comrade. You have some Warp Beasts munching and crunching of whatever that they can get their hands on, and then turn their attention to the Thermoplasma Generator Corrosive Acid, killing it very quickly. Obliterate squads as well, so Team 1 is now upgraded to maximum damage potential, but Lightning Fighters still going on strong. Necrons cannot abandon their Ultramarine comrade. Just brings a tear to your eye. Doing everything that they can. And once, this is now the third Chapel Barracks. Not giving up without a fight there. Gotta respect that. War Beast now charging on into the Necron base. But from a distance. Double Exorcists. The AoE knockback and the damage. The morale breaking as well, which is the main thing you want for the War Beasts. There you go, morale's been broken. Will be able to be reconvened by the Beast Master. But then the morale can be quickly broken again. They are immune to morale damage for a short while, however. But not for too terribly long. There we go. Morale be broken again. That basically makes them utterly useless. They start munching on themselves for now. War beast flesh definitely tastier than the necrodermis of the Necrons. Archon also is feeling a little bit less than pleased about the situation. And he will die like a dog in the dirt, much like these war beasts. And a huge assault from the sisters, MVPs of the match. They've got all the anti-vehicle and building weaponry. They've said, right, sod you guys, coming on in. Here's the flayed ones as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, Chaos are now inside the base as well, but I mean, such what these guys, and also stealth suit teams inside the Red Marine base, they've got no stealth detection. They are going to get these skull probes out as quickly as possible, but already losing a fair bit of stuff. Might also lose their sacred artifact. No librarian for you, and Alext, and all your bullying of the Ultramarines. Aximand, he had a base, now he doesn't, and no one else really around to give him some support. All the armies of his allies are far away. Got one Defiler and a Predator, but two vehicles up against all the Celestians with their long shiny bits. There's the HQ, that's dead. And do you have any more stuff? Where's your... Right, your builder's over here. Have you rebuilt anything? Oh, okay, yeah, you've got a hall of blood down here. Fair enough, don't let him die there. Don't think you've got any more. That was just him. One lonely tortured slave. Over in the sister's place. A Necron Lord surrounded by obliterators getting punched on the face. Here is also some Chaos Space Marines. A Predator offering some support fire. But I just don't think this is what they want. Go home. You're not exactly going to be killing all these guys on your own, especially when you've got two Exorcists smashing things on over. But the Possessed Marines running on by. Red Marines also coming in, seeing what they could do. Celestians going to reposition themselves. What a devastating little counter-attack from the sisters. And now there's a couple of skirmishes going on here, though, and everywhere. Flayed ones versus possessed. Necron warriors versus a singular possessed before he died. Got some stealthy Chaos Space Marines in there as well. Stealth suit teams jumping around every which way. Dice of Destruction has been taking a little bit of damage. Don't know when you turned up, but you're here now. Just tell all the dead and dying are with all the souls on the battlefield at the moment. Destroyers shimmying and shaking on over. We also have some war beasts over here, but they're kind of just eating each other for the moment. They've been the most useful of things. Your Exorcists, definitely the hard counter to a warp beast pack. So what do you do in this situation as Team 1? I suppose you've got to stabilise. A lot of nonsense going on. You've got quite a strong army in the form of a Chaos Space Marine army. You've also got these lads retaking all this stuff down here, which is not a bad idea. Reclaim all the stuff. Oh, plenty of donation. Oh, look at this teamwork. It's a beautiful thing. Warriors for Aximand. You restabilise and pick one target, I think, is the idea. Maybe the Ultramarines, because they're probably going to... Yeah, they'll be given... Oh, did the chopper box die again? When? Oh, give the man some breathing room. Oh, he's still alive, gosh darn it, he's still alive. But maybe he is the player to kill. Or maybe not him, because technically, Team 2 has been doing this in a 3v4 kind of scenario, as their Ultramarine player has been locked out of actually doing anything useful for the majority of this game. But a large amount of infantry is over here. So if there's a push to make, this is the time. Got to be careful, because if they push down this side, that's a very narrow choke point, and those Exorcists can do a hell of a lot of damage on those boys, should they get caught in that position. Here's a Necron Lord, and I assume transform into Deceiver, fake monolith teleport, or are you just going to get vision and then flayed ones? Maybe. Either way, you're here. You're chilling out as the Chaos Space Marines try and pile themselves into a Chaos Rhino. Or wait for them. It's not how bus service works. And also, you can't go up walls. That's not how Rhinos work. Couple Barracudas in the air. I've seen the Chaos Rhino, but I don't think you're full of anyone. Nope. There's a cool backflip there. Always appreciate a backflip in the form of a tank. Barracuda's gonna see if they can sort out the sacred artifacts once again. A lot of building damage to those weapons. Did the Space Marines get the Librarian in the end? You did! Well done, team. You got it in the end. A bit of a back and forth on the southern side. Chaos Space Marines and a Chaos Lord able to fire away at these flayed ones. Very little in the way of threats to them. Space Marines, good lord, can they hold once again? Squad of flayed ones come from the ground. So too do another. Victor Fur 98, showing that even though the Necrons aren't the most mobile, they can just throw stuff at the wall until something sticks. With the Rhino dead, actually the Chaos Space Marines are just not enjoying themselves yet. Morale is broken for every man. And they're going to have to run back home. Back to the drawing board. 1 dice of destruction. 2 Ravagers. And a XV8 broadside battlesuit goes down, but another one is still knocking around. Tau just looking to hold the line here, I guess. I want to move him up a little bit. Oh no, he's in range. He's fine. That's okay, the dais has been repaired by the tortured slave. I'm not sure what this dude's job is. Not exactly contributing much, is he? Now, all manner of warpy nonsense coming on over. Combat stimulants activated. The sprint is on. This pro broadside battlesuit. There's no chance surviving this. The Tau base now massively vulnerable. Cadre headquarters has got corruption acid on top of it. And the health is going to go down remarkably quick. Fire Warrior has been turned against their own kin. As morale is broken by the Dark Eldar global ability. HQ goes down. And the secret... Are you still... No, you're scouts. You're scouts. Well, I suppose the Ultramarines are going to do something. Scouts are better than nothing. Well, just like that, the Tau base has been deleted. Much like the Dark Eldar from earlier on. Sisters, though, they've got some tricks up their own sleeve there, and they're going to do exactly the same as before. They've got quite a dislike for the Dark Eldar at the moment, to be honest. They've gone for one Dark Eldar player, now they're going for another. Bit biased, maybe. But Xenos is Xenos. Hate me Xenos, love me Emperor. That's how they talk, I reckon. Last vehicle beacon goes down. Do you have... I mean, when it dies, will the Tau be dead? There's only one way to find out. There's another way to find out, but I don't want to lose sight of the action. Nope, still alive. Still doing well. Oh, they've got Tau backs over here. And builders. You'll be fine. You'll be alright. Well, just running amok. Killing everything. Here's the sisters. That's Soul Cage. I'm not sure what... I wouldn't advise focusing on that straight away, as it is... I mean, you can't build anything now. Now that the Dice of Destruction is out and about. They've got the Confessor in there to increase the overall damage of everyone nearby. And here comes the damage. Plenty of Chaos Space Marines knocking around there. And the Tau, I do believe, are deaded. No, you're not. Who died? Who left? The Dark Eldar here did. Maybe something killed them when I wasn't looking. Or maybe they just gave up because they were being rubbish. Blinding light as these sisters are being bombarded by 3-6 defilers. Here too comes an obliterator squad as well. Over here, the Tau get a little bit of revenge. The big old blue fair, plenty of flayed ones as well. So even though they might have knocked the Tau out a little bit, they have not achieved the total victory that they necessarily wanted. Terminators have teleported in. Opening fire, also the obliterators there. Celestians look like they're about to all be taken down. And what have they achieved, really? I mean, it was impressive to do it a second time. They've not exactly knocked the Drukhari player out. Not like that they did the previous. And Team 2 are now more or less down a player with the Ultramarines. And also more or less down with the... what should we call them? The Tau. Big dark scythe across the flayed ones. Though they didn't really seem to do much damage to them. Repositioning those Ravengers. Double crisis battle suits. Opening fire on the witches. They don't have any of their missile pod upgrades. Couldn't really use them, to be honest, against the Ravengers, but... Why? Why did you die? Was it the Storm Monolith? Maybe. Drukhari not known for their resilience in battle, but I don't think necessarily this was you out. You had the potential to do more. I doubt this is even a real Defiler. Not Defiler, Restore Monolith. Yeah, unless of course that fooled the Drukhari and said, right, no point in going for this anymore. Oh, numbered and outgunned. There we go. That being said though, Space Marines still a sizable number. Chaos Space Marines as well, still got quite a lot of army left. So it's kind of like a quasi 2v2 with the Tau and the Ultramarines being on the back foot, but it won't be a 2v2 for much longer. For all these guys, yeah, the Ultramarines have now got their machine cult. Well, they are just basically spam buying Land Speeder Tempests. John, the most impressive thing to have at this stage of the game. Seven Sons says GG. That's about it. What a glorious melee going on here, though. Everyone fighting for half and home. Well, that is... Who left then? Was that the Space Marines over here? Yes, Space Marines are dead. Chaos Space Marines are the only ones left. So you know what, boys and girls, rather than watching him, I've got like another 10 minutes on this match. I'm not going to sully your time with, you know, everyone dead, of watching the Chaos Space Marines die over a long period of time. Also because I've got a limited amount of time this evening for my recording as well. But yeah, quite an exciting game. In all fairness, hats off to the Ultramarine player for just sticking in with it. I know that some players would have probably just decided to quit the game after that rocky start, but no, he kept in on his teammates. I mean, ignoring all the messages from Always Angry, seems to be quite, I mean, true to his name, quite an angry player. But no, it was a good match overall. Very hard to tell who was going to win. Lots of counterattacks, lots of bits and bobs going on, so very nice stuff. Anyway, so cheers, boys and girls, for watching at home. And if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week, and there's also a Discord where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. As been Mr. Lunchshark, pleasure's always never short, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace.